Welcome. Please subscribe, thumb up the video, share to your social media. This is a fan theory for the show called From. It is on MGM Plus. It is a fan theory that contains spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a movie starring Aubrey Plaza. You don't have to watch it. Just using it as an example for what I'm going to lay out. So in the movie, My Old Ass, the protagonist on the right over here, she goes on a hallucination mushroom trip, similar to what Victor's mom and Victor's dad went on when they took the LSD trip. And when Victor's mom started to see visions of Fromville and started doing artwork with it, the protagonist, while on the hallucination mushroom trip, was able to physically see and talk to her older self, known as My Old Ass. The older self didn't want to really tell the younger self much information. Spoiler alert for the movie. The older self ended up telling the younger self one thing, and that is not to date a particular guy. And it's because when they get together later on down the line, he passes away and it devastates her and it affects her all the way till she's in her 30s. So the younger self is like 18, the older self is 39. And his passing away devastates them for like 20 plus years. When the older woman told her younger self not to talk to the guy, she did it anyway. Just the older self communicating with the younger self created a brand new timeline, because in the original timeline, while she was young, she never got visited by her older self. So that created a brand new timeline in that she was able to talk to herself farther down in the future that became like an alternate version of herself on an alternate timeline. Anytime you time travel forward or backward, even if it's for a second, you automatically create a brand new timeline.
You're saying you found a bracelet that's similar to the one you gave me?
No. It's not similar. That is the bracelet. Those are the laces from your father's boots.
No, those were generic rawhide laces, the same you'd find on any boot.
No. Look at this. Look at this.
Huh?
This was an accident. I made this. I was so afraid I ruined it, but then when I gave it to you, you said
The accidents are the best part.
Yes. Why?
Because it makes it one of a kind.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Jim, everything about this is impossible. That doesn't make any sense. We may not be able to find out how this got here. Don't touch anything.
Why?
Because this used to belong to other people.
People who lived here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's like the cavern of the lonely dragon.
Yeah?
When the Kramanaka was lost in the rainbow sky, she found a cavern where the lonely dragon lived. And it was full of stuff that nobody wanted. But for the lonely dragon, all the stuff is treasure. And guess what?
What?
In one of the big piles of stuff, there was the map of the rainbow sky. So, the lonely dragon gave it to the Kramanaka, and then she wasn't lost anymore. So maybe we'll find a map in here.
The same bracelet that was in the diner was in Victor's dad's glove box. That bracelet that was in Victor's dad's glove box could not have been the same bracelet that Tabitha made with a mistake for Jim, because Tabitha made it. So the only way that a similar version of that bracelet that Tabitha could recognize that's somewhat equivalent to the bracelet that she made, Tabitha, who made the bracelet from scratch with the imperfection, found that same bracelet in Victor's dad's glove box, to me symbolizes that Victor's mom probably saw the bracelet in the diner in a vision that belonged to Tabitha, made the bracelet for Victor's dad. And that's how that bracelet that looks equivalent to Tabitha's ended up in the glove box. But it wasn't the exact bracelet per se. It was a bracelet that was seen in a vision. And that's how the bracelet ended up in the glove box of Victor's dad's vehicle. Here's my theory on the whole bracelet thing ending up in the diner. Victor's mom saw Tabitha's bracelet in her vision, in one of her visions of Fromville, made a bracelet for Victor's dad made it for herself. Victor's dad had the bracelet that was made from Victor's mom's vision of Tabitha's bracelet. He gave it to Victor's dad. Victor's dad put it in the glove box 20 plus years as a reminder of his family. When Victor's mom, who made a bracelet for herself, went into Fromville and passed away on the night where she left Victor in the cellar, Victor's mom's belongings ended up in the diner. And that is how a bracelet that Tabitha made with the imperfection was able to be lost by the Matthews, but still end up in the diner with the imperfection and in Victor's dad's vehicle with the imperfection. But because Victor's mom made these bracelets, it's possible that an alternate timeline could have been created. So Tabitha could have went to an alternate timeline and got Victor's dad and brought him into Fromville. Now, the reason why I'm adding that explanation into a conversation about time travel and alternate timelines, maybe even alternate universes, is because when we think of time travel, we initially think of ourselves traveling forward or backwards in time using our body. Time travel also could mean that just your mind is traveling to a possible future and you're seeing stuff, and like Victor's mom, making pictures and drawings of what you saw in this possible future. So it's possible to time travel to a possible future through a vision, or let's say through astral projection or what have you, see a possible future, write about it, illustrate it, and then it coming true. That could be a form of what's called divination. Divination is getting an answer or information from a supernatural or higher power, especially when it comes to the future or foresight. By you learning of this possible future, that could make the possible future come true for you. So you're, in essence, time traveling forward or time traveling to a future and making it so. People in Fromville, they're going to want answers sooner or later. And I believe that the only way you can truly get answers or get information is through sacrifice. I believe that everything that happens in Fromville associated with wanting information, getting answers, the only way you can achieve that is through sacrifice, meaning giving something up to get something in return.
The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.